Hi and welcome back for another video. Today we are going to be talking about nothing. So I titled this video something about nothing, and that's because we're not just talking about earbuds, which is the product from Nothing that we are going to focus on more, but we're just going to talk about Nothing as a tech product company and why their niche seems interesting and some of their products and all that. So before we get into the video, I've been using these Jabra earbuds for the last 2 to 3 years. These are the Jabra Elite 10 or 10 Elite, I don't know. They're very good earbuds. They're like very good earbuds. Sound system, but their main strength is call quality and the integration with Zoom and Teams and meetings like that. But they're very good sound quality overall. Good call quality. Noise cancellation is good, in fact very good, but not top of the range like the Sony and the Bose and the AirPods, but close to that. Like I said, call quality is very good. Call quality, noise cancellation on the mic is exceptional. I like these earbuds very well, but age has caught up with them. I don't know if you can see, but there's some already some marks on the case. It's old. The major problem is with age comes the deteriorated batteries. The batteries used to last 2 to 3 hours on call or listening to music, but nowadays they basically last like 20 minutes and then I have to switch them. That's why I use one at a time. As you can see, I'm wearing one now and the other one is here ready to switch. If I use the two, then I'm stuck after 20 minutes. So it's time to change. So that's one thing you need to learn with your earbuds, that they don't last that long. Maximum 2 to 3 years, because they're so small and the battery will deteriorate after a while and becomes basically unusable for long calls. So it's that time now for me to change my earbuds, and I went to do the research to find out what earbuds will I go to. I like the Sony's. From all my research, it's basically perfect for me in terms of sound quality, noise cancellation, call quality. I'm talking of the WF-1000XM6s that just came out, and I should have gone for them, except that I don't like the design. They tend to be bulky and protrude a bit out of your ears, and I don't like that. I really like this Jabra. They don't protrude too much, so that's why I didn't go for the Sony, which I think it's the all-round best for my use case. I can't go for the AirPods because if you don't use an iPhone and if you're not in the Apple ecosystem, I think it's a total waste of money to get the Apple AirPods, because a lot of the features don't integrate well with non-Apple products, so you don't use all the things you buy in it. And if you use an Apple phone, MacBook and all of that, then I don't think you should even buy any other earbud, because the AirPods give you good value for money, multi-points and things like that work seamlessly within the Apple ecosystem. But I don't use the Apple products, so I don't want that. The next one I could have bought is the Samsung. The new ones that came out are the Buds 4 Pro, and they're really good. From all my research, they are exceptional. If you are now in the Samsung ecosystem, I would say those are the best earbuds to buy for the value for the price at about $250 US. The Buds 4 Pro from Samsung is exceptional. Sound quality, call quality, everything is really good. I'm not getting it, and the reason is because I'm not in any ecosystem and I don't want to be stuck. And Samsung, copying Apple, decided to make their multi-point pairing only restricted to Samsung phones. So if you don't have Samsung phones or Samsung devices, then you don't enjoy multi-point. And I use several devices. I use 2 phones, computer. I need multi-point connection for my buds. So that's how I can't use the Sony's. Of course, they are almost perfect, but I don't like the shape. I can't use AirPods. I can't use Samsung. So what's the next best thing I could get? And I did all the research, and then I got Nothing, and it's here in the house, and we're going to unbox it in this video. But like I said, this video we're going to talk about nothing. That's why the video is titled Something About Nothing. So we're going to go to the website and just have a quick look at what Nothing products are, and then quickly we're going to get into the product for the day, and we're going to unbox it and talk about it quickly. So this video is not for me to go into all the details about the product. Actually, I'm going to unbox it and just talk about the product, and then we'll do a separate video where we're going to go into details. So this is the Nothing website, and as you can see, they do phones, audio, watches, accessories like fashion accessories, and they have an interesting product line called CMF, which we're going to talk about also quickly. But if you know about Nothing, you know about all these. They make these glyph phones that have some lights at the back and interesting. The shape looks like an apple. I think they copy the design of Apple a lot, but they tend to differentiate it with all these design finishes and this light at the back of the phone. So they have the phone 1, 2, 3. I think that they are now in their fourth generation. They are in the 4A, which is like their mid-range phones, and maybe they'll come out with the 4s later, which is the high-end phones. For now, their top high-end phone is the phone 3s, which are $800 each, competing with high-end phones in many cases, and you can see $799 on the website. But yeah, I'm not going to get their phones because I think it's good, but maybe not there for $800. I think you can get something better. Then we come to watches, and they have very interesting watches, but their watches are only on the CMF line. So their CMF line is for the like low quality. I won't say low quality, but low cost and high value, because they put a lot of things in these phones for very good value. You know, if you see these watches here, this is their pro watches on the CMF, and they're just $99 US, and they work very well. They are packed with all the features you can think of. Well, they won't be in the same class as maybe Apple watches or the Samsung watches or all those, but for $100, I don't think you'll find many watches with quality in this level. If I go, for example, into the Pro on the CMF and I look at the technical specs, you would see in terms of the technology, it's got heart rate monitoring, it's got sleep monitoring, blood oxygen measurement, women health records, stress monitoring, calories, steps count, everything you could want in the phone. Maybe the sensors won't be the top of the range in terms of accuracy, but these are going to be really, really good. And for the price, the CMF products are, I think they are like some of the best you could get on for this price range. And also they have this style and fashion. So CMF is about colors and fashion and material, you know, and finish. I think that's actually the meaning. CMF, I think it's color, material, and finish. I may be wrong. I'll put the correct one down there, but that's what they do. And then they have some accessories, because like I said, they're kind of like tech and fashion brown mixed together. So you have things like some hoodies and you know, jewelries, but they have interchangeable cups for their headphones and all that. So you could go to their website and you could see all the various things they have. We don't have to go into all that, but I want to talk about audio, right? So they make audio products now. They have headphones which looks stylish. If you look at these ones here, you see the finish on it looks interesting, and for $200 or thereabout, I think they are good value for money. From the research, most of the reviewers say they sound good. They good noise cancellation, good sound quality, call quality on the headphones, right? So many people think it's very good value for money. It's just if it's your style, because for me, okay, maybe it's not my style. But then we come to their boards, and these are the ear 3s. So with the ears, they started a couple of years ago with the ear 1, and then the next year the ear 2. And when they came with the 3rd generation, I think they wanted to do like the Apples and decided not to name it the 1, 2, 3, and then they just did the ears. But that didn't go very well with them. And now in the 4th generation, they are back to naming it, but now they name it ear 3, even though it's the 4th generation. You know, I don't know what they're smoking down there in Nothing HQ. But okay, so let's talk about the design. You can see from this website that they're colorful. They have this transparent finish, both on the case, and I've got one here. So as I'm talking about it, we might as well just begin to get into the box and see if we can. So I got this from Amazon. Typically they sell for about 180 US dollars, but there was a promo on this and I got them for just about 120 US dollars or so. It's also got this super mic feature, which we're going to talk about very soon on the case. So let's go to technical specification, and starting with the weight. I think these weigh, from the specification here, 71 grams on the case. So I got the black ones. These, they come in white and black. Sound, they've got 12mm dynamic drivers, 20 to 40 kilohertz sound, which that would mean that they have good sound quality. Battery life is 55 milliamps on the boards and 500 milliamps on the case, which comes to about 10 hours if you're not using LDAC and you're not using noise cancellation. If you're using noise cancellation without LDAC, it will be about 5 hours, and if you're using LDAC with noise cancellation, that will come to just about 3 hours or 3.5 hours as per their spec. We're going to put all that to the test and see how it goes. They've got quick charge, which 5 minutes charge will give you about 1 hour of use on the boards, and 10 minutes charge can give you up to 10 hours, because that's both the boards and the case put together. Talk time 5 hours with ANC off and 4 hours with ANC on, and of course you can multiply that by 3 or 4 if you add the case to that. Noise cancellation, it says it cancels up to 45 decibel. From all the research I've done, it would be very good noise cancellation, but not exceptional like Sony and Bose. It's got 3 mics on each board. In terms of connectivity, it's got Bluetooth 5.4, which, I mean, 5.4 is good connection. It's that will give you about 10 meters of range on the Bluetooth. It's got the good codec AAC, SBC, and LDAC, which is high resolution codec. So the sound should be good, and from all the research I've done, the sound is good. It's got Google Fast Pair. It's got Microsoft Swift Pair. It's got low latency for those who game. IP54 dust and water resistance, so this is good. Both on the case and on the boards are both IP54, so you can go swimming. Well, don't go swimming. You can splash in the rain, but I don't think you can go swimming with them. It's got the Nothing X app, which allows you to customize the EQs. I think it's got a 10 band or 8 band EQ. Now this is one of the reasons why I don't like Apple AirPods, because you don't have dedicated app to EQ your sound. You just have to work with the sound that comes with it. Sounds good for what most people say. I don't use Apple products, but I'd like to be able to customize, to play with it, and I don't think that's there. This got the app, you can play with it, you can customize. It's got Find My Boards, it's got test for the tips to see if they fit you well, firmware updates, and all the things you can do on the app. In terms of control, you can pinch, you can double pinch, you can triple pinch and hold, so you can control volume up and down, you can answer and end calls, you can use your voice assistant, you can switch from noise cancellation to transparency, and all that. Anyway, let's talk about one of the main features of this, which is the super mic on the case, right? The super mic on the case. So the case should have super mic on feature. So this is the case. If you can see that, I'm just taking out of the box. I don't think there's some things there in the box. What else is there? Some extra tips and a cable, I think, for charging, and that's about it, and some paperwork. Okay, so this super mic feature should be an interesting feature to look at. It says that it's got 2 microphones built in, which allows you to put it close to your mouth and basically to talk. That's like the key feature of the super mic. The other thing is you can tap it to talk, so it's got a button to tap to talk, and 5 meters, something like that, away from your face. And lastly, there's a special app in the Nothing phone, which I think that only works with the Nothing phone, where you can basically record and translate and transcribe. I think that's the word, transcribe. the device. Let's see. Just tear it off. So these are the nothing. I like it. It's got good weight, so it's transparent, as you can see on the design. First open. Let me close it back so it doesn't start pairing. Of course, it's already showing on my computer right there. Bluetooth pairing. So that's the Microsoft Swift pair showing right here on my computer. So it's metal finish on the body here, and I like that because it gives this weight to it. It's transparent. Let's get the boards out. So it's got the red marking for right, red for right, yeah, and the white is for the left one. So red is right, and then you know the white is for the left one. Let me fit it into my ear and see how they fit. Okay, what do you think? I don't know. Do they look good? What I can tell you for sure is it's got real passive noise cancellation. The moment I put it in now, I think I'm shouting because I barely can hear myself talking. It's sealing very well on these silicone tips that come with it, and I think they look good. And this medium size that come with it fit me very well, but they're extra 3 sizes. So this would be it's written here, this is the extra small, the medium on the tip, and the large. So I'm sure you'll find what fits you. It's also interesting, you know, on the case, it's also got the red marking on it, so you don't, I mean, you can't miss it. Red goes to the red. It's interesting how you fix it. Okay, that's it. And the white will go, of course, to the, okay, so it's magnetic and it can seal if you get it right. Now I got a hang of it. It's got a light here to indicate when it's charging. If you can see the white light just here. What else is interesting to know? There's a pairing button here, and then this is the talk button for the super mic. Can you see that talk? But it's actually written talk on it. Let me see if I can get some focus. Yeah, it's not easy to get the focus. There's talk written on it here. It's got some speakers there. No, this is not, these are not speakers. This is for a lanyard. Okay, so if you want to put a line, did they come with any lanyard? Nah, they didn't come with any lanyard. But it's interesting they have a lanyard hole there so you can connect a lanyard. Nothing good. Yeah, just the 3 things that are in the box: the heads, the boards and the case, the extra tips, and the USB-C to C, very small USB-C to C cable for charging. And that is about it. So I'm going to pair it up. First impression, I really like this. They look good, feel good. I like the fact that they are flat so they can go into your pocket. They are not bulky. Unique design, it's square. I don't know if it will scratch very easily on this transparent case. We'll have to see to that. I like the fact also that it's metallic. It feels cold to the hand and heavy to the touch, you know, which I think is good. The design is unique. It looks pretty. It's got a USB-C charging point here and some indicator lights to tell you when it's charging and not charging. Yeah. First impressions, I really like it. I'm going to pair it to my device, set up the app and everything. And in a few weeks, I like to do few weeks because I like to test it very well. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to set it up, use it, sound quality, noise cancellation. And I'm going to come back to you in a few weeks time and I'm going to make a video to tell you my first impression of it, how it feels, how it sounds. From all the reviews I've watched and I've read and all the research I've done, I'm already excited. I think it's going to be great value for my money. Like I said, I got just about 120 US dollars, which for me would be a steal if it turns out to be as everyone says it is. But we would see. We'll put it to the test and we'll see if how that works. So yeah, thank you for coming on the journey with me with something about nothing. I think going forward, I will check a lot more of their products. I would play with it and see, you know, I don't know if I'll go with their phones, but we'll see. Headsets, we'll see whatever. But I'm more interested about their smartwatches, the CMF watches. You know, I think it'd be good value gifts to buy for people, you know, around me, especially the young people who want to get into smartwatch world, because with $30 you can get some of them, and then $50 and then $100 for the pro watches. You know, I think it's good value, but we'll see. So thank you for watching. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do. We've got a few more things to unbox. We just unboxed a laptop which is sitting right there, and I'm going to talk about it again, but we'll see. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.